How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Senior Night. This could possibly be one of our last episodes. Today I'm joined by Morgan Hogger and Carrie Cooley, two seniors. Their year got cut short. Guys, what have you guys been doing to occupy yourself during quarantine?
Well, I got a pig to occupy myself, so I've been going to feed it and walk it, and I've been doing lots of arts and crafts and sewing for 4-H.
I've also been out at the barn with my 4-H projects, hoping that I still get to have a fair. I've been babysitting a lot and doing my homework because we can't really do anything else.
So what was your guys' reaction when the year originally was cut short?
I was sad at first, but then I was like, there are worse things happening. Like, this whole people are, like, getting sick, and it'll be okay. Like, I'm going to have a college graduation, too. So, like, just live my life. It'll be okay.
I was really upset. I'm not as upset about possibly not having the prom and graduation that, like, the traditional way. I was mostly upset that, like, we had our last day at high school and we didn't even know it. You know, like, that's kind of a day that you kind of cherish. And, like, the big water balloon fight, I mean, we don't get to have that same, interaction that the past seniors have had.
Yeah, you mentioned prom. I've seen where Brooklyn Phillips has been trying to organize something with prom. Do you guys think it's likely of happening or no?
We will have some sort of prom. We're waiting to hear about, if we can have it, like, as we, like, planned, just at a later date, or if we're going to have to come up with something on our own. But we'll have a prom either way. It could be in August if we have to.
Yeah, our parents and, like, our class sponsors will make it happen, so we have some sort of prom.
Are you guys both a part of senior council, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what have you guys been talking back and forth about in the past week?
We haven't really communicated since the officially closed school, other than that they're going to do everything we can. We don't really have any information, like, to know which way we're going to go or, like, what our next steps are going to be. So we're still waiting to hear back about what Mr. Judd and Mr. Collins have to say about what our game plan is.
So what have you guys been doing to kind of, like, prepare yourself prior to the cancellation? Did you guys kind of prepare yourself for a possible ending of the school year?
I didn't prepare myself for that at all. I don't think. I really thought we would go back, at least 2 weeks. I definitely was not prepared for us to completely close down.
I knew it was going to happen the first time they, like, did an extended spring break. And then, like, watching the news, I knew it was getting worse. And, like, lots of other schools were calling off, so we were going to follow their lead.
You work with one of the hospitals in town, correct, Carrie?
I did work, yeah.
So did you get laid off because of the coronavirus, or?
No, I just did an internship, so then I just did it last semester, so then my internship ended. But I really liked it when I did it.
So before your internship ended, did they talk at all, like, about any worries about the virus?
No, it was not even, like, on their radar. They didn't say anything. Like, I didn't even have to wear, like, a mask. We didn't wear masks. We wore gloves when we touched someone, and we washed our hands, but, like, we didn't wear gowns or, like, they didn't wear face shields or anything.
Morgan, you show for the fair. You talked about that earlier. Once you go off to college, are you going to be able to show more often or no?
With the way that we show nationally in all of the junior shows. So junior show, you can show until you're 21. As of either January 1st or as of the show date. It depends with each show. So I will have, like, 3 years I'll have after my, like, 10th year of 4-H is done. But there's definitely a different, like, you still get to show, but it's definitely different when you don't get to show like at the state fair, like this is my last one. It's definitely different than just continuing to show at my other shows. But yeah, I still get 3 more years.
So with the county fair, you mentioned hoping that it's still going to go on. So this would be your last county fair that you would get to participate in, correct?
Yeah.
So what how does that make you feel that it's possibly that you may not get to live out that last year?
I'm definitely, I could handle like not going back to school. I think I could handle not having like the traditional graduation and prom. But if I don't get to have my last year of 4-H, I don't know what I'll do. That's definitely like a part that, I mean, you know me, you know, like
Yeah.
what we do. It's gonna definitely be hard.
Were you hoping to run for Fair Queen?
I'm not going to be running for Fair Queen this year. I don't know if we'll have a Fair Queen with this or not, but I'm not doing it this year because my 10th year, I want to focus on my animals. Sheep is my biggest project. My focus needs to be 100% on my sheep and my projects, especially our county fair and the state fair overlap. So my big goal is to, you know, have my stuff ready for the state fair. So I can't give like the county fair the time that I would need if I were to be on the court, because my focus needs to be with my animals.
Carrie, so we're not able to have our swim banquet or your end of year awards for swim season. What were you hoping were you looking forward to that at all?
Yes, I was, because I've been swimming for 12 years. So like, yeah, I'm sad, but like my parents threw me my own little like awards banquet in my house and like made me dinner and made me a little plaque. So like, that's an alternative and it was fun. But yeah, like I'm sad that I didn't get to like say goodbye to like, especially Johanna and Livia, like they already left. So like I miss them a bunch, and I miss like all the underclassmen I'm probably not going to see again. And especially like the seniors I'm not going to see again, probably.
I think, Morgan, you swam a little bit in high school too, correct?
I didn't swim in high school. I swam when I was little.
You swam when you were little. So did you guys swim together?
Yeah,
yes.
we did.
We were lane buddies.
So do you guys recall any memory that may have been your best when you guys swam together?
Just going to meets like together and having like a friend there. And then like I went to St. Gabe's when I was a little older, and I was like, whoa, like you swim, like we were already friends, but I was like, oh my gosh, we swam together, and like we forget about it, and then sometimes we're like, oh my gosh, we swam together.
So what's one of the
Yeah,
you go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
All right. So you guys were at St. Gabriel together. So you mentioned that you came there later. What do you guys remember being one of your best stories you guys had together at St. Gabriel?
Carrie, go ahead.
We got in trouble so many times because our class was so small and we were all friends, and we got in trouble so many times, and Lisa Hugger just yelled at us the whole time.
It always, happened. 5th grade, we always got in so much trouble, but my mom definitely, spoiled her favorites, and I was not one of her favorites. So, I mean, we had a lot of fun, even though we got in trouble.
We were so bad. So bad.
So Morgan, your mom was your guys' 5th grade teacher. What do you think is different about having your parent as a teacher compared to having someone else as a teacher that you're not related to?
So having my mom as a teacher, anybody is a teacher's kid will tell you that you don't want to have your mom as a teacher because, you have a different relationship, A teacher to a student relationship is not the same as a mother to her daughter relationship. Like, I remember the first day of 5th grade, she said something to me and made me do something, and I got so mad, and she, put me in the hallway because she didn't like how I, threw my assignment book on my desk. So, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's definitely a different relationship.
Carrie, your dad's also the PE teacher for the school.
Yes.
What's that like learning in the same building as he's teaching?
It's kind of nice. Like, I don't really see him now, like, especially now because we don't have school. But, like, when I did have school, he was in, like, the whole opposite building, and I, like, never walked in that building. So, like, I didn't really see him. But, like, when I had him, it was fine because we were in such a big class. Like, he doesn't, like, Morgan had to have her mom all day, every day, and then go home to her, too.
For 2 years because we switched classes with only 10 kids. So it was definitely, Yeah.
So, but my dad, like, he just is chilling, like, on the other side of the building. It was okay. Like, I didn't see him all day, every day. I just saw him for 50 minutes.
I'd say it's also different, too. You know, we were in 5th grade then. I had my mom as an elementary kid teacher, not Carrie. Like, even when I had Carrie's dad, it was a different relationship because we were older.
Yeah, and, like, when I had him, I could drive. So, like, it's not like I had to depend on him to take me home or, like, do my, like, assignments or, like, cook me anything. Like, I could do, like, I was more independent.
You said you had him, correct, as a teacher at one point?
Yeah.
So you took PE with your dad, right?
Yeah, I took PE and then I took lifetime sports.
So what do you think is the difference between PE with your dad compared to, like, kind of like how I mentioned with Morgan's mom, Lisa? What do you think the difference is of PE with your dad and PE with another teacher?
Well, he's definitely, like, harder on me and expects me to try more because, like, he's real fit and, like, I'm not that fit, but I try. So, like, mostly setting an example for all the other kids, like, be a good kid and, like, but, like, anybody else, I think it would have been fine. Like, because Mrs. House and my dad co-teach, so we're all in the same, like, room. We're all in the gym at the same time. So it's not like all the focus is on me at once.
I kind of want to get back to swimming a little bit because you mentioned the fit part. With morning practices, what was one of your best memories from morning practices?
Oh, I love morning practice. Probably when we all got in a little human pretzel because we all hated each other at that point. And we were all so close to each other, and then we all got sick because you were already coughing.
I skipped that practice because I went to a Lakers game the night before.
Really?
But I remember, because Spencer and I got each other sick. Like, he was sick one week, and then I passed. He passed it back and forth with me.
It was terrible. And then so we were all coughing the next day, so we were all in terrible moods and hated each other even more. And then Bidner was like, really?
So I remember all season, it was like everybody was coughing in the pool, and then once Owen Baker got it, I think Bittner kind of realized that it wasn't like as much of a joke because Owen Baker was sitting there coughing like you and I were.
Yeah, like I like broke my ribs, I swear. Like, I didn't recover. My ribs still hurt.
So what do you think people should realize? Why do you think people have the misunderstanding of morning practice is what I'm trying to get at with this?
Oh, because they think it's, like, hard and terrible waking up at 5 o'clock, but, like, it's a family. Like, we hate each other like siblings. We fight. We yell at each other. Like, it's just part of it. And, like, we get a good workout and, like, we get really fit during that time, like, during those 4 months. And it's really beneficial because we bond as a team because misery loves company. So, like, we're all terribly, like, mad. Like, when we're in the hallway doing those up, left, right things or whatever, those rolly things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a drill sergeant. Like, we all hate him in that moment.
I thought that was funny because, like, every time he'd turn away, I'd, like, stand up when he'd say up and just sit there for a bit.
Me too. I would, like, at one point, he got the commands going so fast, I was just rolling, and then standing up and rolling. I was like, But, like, it's a family. We just, like, love each other and hate each other like siblings. So, like, we bond, and in turn, that brings the team closer together so we can push harder and get more fit.
Morgan, how would you describe the times like for fair, like getting up and everything?
Um, well, I mean, it kind of depends on when you show. Like every morning, you got to get up and feed and take care of what you got to take care of. Um, but it's early mornings, but it's part of it. So I mean, you get there, you take care of your stuff, and then the rest of the day is yours until you have to do it all over again.
Yeah, it's worth it, definitely. Like, I love going to, like, feed at the fair, especially, because there are, like, always people around.
What's one of your guys' best fair memories that you guys have had, either individually or shared?
I think mine would probably be my first year of 4-H was pretty memorable because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I won at least something in every single barn that I showed in. And I showed sheep, pigs, goats, cattle, and chickens. And I came out and I had won every single showmanship except I was reserve in one. So that was a pretty memorable year. But I think last year was pretty memorable just because I was able to win Supreme U and Grand Market Lamb. And I haven't been able to do that it's been a couple years. And then everything, we kind of had an unfortunate situation with my grandma that happened during the show. And I think that was probably my most memorable moment just because everyone knew like what was going on, what was happening with her, except me. And Maddie was in the ring too. Even the judge knew what was going on. So he, hurried up. My dad is like up there watching us, not showing any like no emotion, like he's trying to focus because he knows that we're watching him. But after we had, won Grand Market Lamb, to see everybody come together and help us get everything done so that we could go with my grandma, that's probably my most memorable because it showed that, the livestock industry is a humongous family. Like Carrie was talking about with swimming, any sports team is a family. But when all of these families that show are coming together to help this one family, this we had won. Sometimes you'd be like, oh, well, they won, they don't need help. But they didn't care because, I mean, they're a family. Everybody helps everyone. So that's probably my most memorable moment.
You're also a cheerleader, so when you look back at all your years, what do you think was like one of the hardest things about cheer?
100% camp is the hardest part of cheerleading because you are in a gym with 500 other cheerleaders. Everybody is throwing stunts in the air or doing something. So you have all of those bodies, body heat. And then it doesn't help it's summer. So it's like 90 degrees out on its own, plus all that extra temperature. But camp is extremely stressful. You have a lot of pressure, to hit your stunts and hit the things that you've been working for the entire summer. But other than, the stress and everything, camp's also the most fun part of cheerleading, I think. And then right behind that is basketball season because you get to see like all of your hard work that you put, your entire summer into, it pays off. And then it's like that relief feeling that like, man, I'm done. I did it,
Yeah, basketball season. I mean, you guys have the whole routine with the Spartan, and then the lights go off and everything. What kind of emotions does that bring you? The whole sequence of events.
I can say like I definitely did not take it in, senior night. I definitely should have taken our whole entire pregame in more because I'm definitely going to miss that. Like nobody has a pregame like us. So it's very special to, as soon as the lights go off, it's like your adrenaline just shoots up just because like this is our pregame in our bowl, it's its own special thing.
So I'm gonna go on to high school a little bit. What do you guys think you guys are gonna miss most about every day at school?
I think I'm gonna miss like my friends, like Morgan. Like I'm not gonna see her every day now because we're going to different colleges. But like I'm thankful there's technology and like we can keep in touch still.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I don't know. Like, I see Carrie and then Anna every single day. We talk about our stuff. We just go on and on. I don't know what I'm gonna do when they're not right there. I mean, they're gonna be together, and they're just gonna have to come up to Purdue with me. But
We're going road trip.
It's definitely gonna be weird not having them, in my classes every day.
Yeah, you and Anna are both going to Ball State together, Carrie. So, how do you think that relationship's going to help you in college?
I definitely think we're gonna room together. So like that takes the stress out of finding a random person to like live with. Cause I know I like Anna. Like she's one of my best friends. So like we like each other and we're gonna like get along because we've gotten along for the last like 5 years. So I think it'll be a plus to like start off with someone I know and someone I feel comfortable with, and then like make new friends around me.
Morgan, do you know anybody that's going to Purdue with you that you're close with?
I do. There's a couple people from here going. I'm definitely gonna look forward to having Katie Keegan there. She's fun. That way I still have that like Connorsville connection. But I also have some friends like from outside of Connorsville that I show with that are going to Purdue. And my roommate and I'd say we're, pretty similar. So I'm, looking forward to having that new friendship.
Yeah, you had to find a roommate at Purdue. So, what's that process like trying to find a roommate?
Actually, it's almost like a dating app kind of on Facebook. There's a Facebook group chat or like official page for our class of 2024, and you post like 5 or 6 pictures of yourself, and you like be like, hi, my name's Morgan Hogger from Connorsville, and I say what I like, and you can scroll through and like and comment on the people that you have similar interests with. So it was very helpful. Actually, somebody commented on her Facebook post. I didn't even like actually find her post. Somebody tagged me in her. So I was lucky to have that. One of our show friends found her. We have like a similar show friend. So that was able to help me find my roommate. So it was, pretty easy process. Some people struggle, but that Facebook page definitely helped me out and helped me make a couple other friends, because you can share, your Snapchat and all that stuff, like just to gain more friends up at Purdue with you.
What do you guys think is going to be the hardest thing about finding your way around campus your freshman year?
I just think like getting used to it and like it being Ball State is a pretty big campus and so is Purdue. So like getting to class like on time, I guess, and like not like running to class or like just getting like a set schedule so like I know how to like get around. But I think it'll be fine once I like learn.
Yeah, my like major building that I'll be in like for my actual major is very, very far from all the dorms and housing. So figuring out how much time I'm going to need to get from my dorm all the way to the other buildings is definitely going to be hard, and just kind of like find my way to maneuver around the campus, because Ball State is a big campus, but Purdue I feel like is
big,
way, way bigger, and there's definitely a lot more people. I mean, you can't go 3 feet without having somebody rush by you on a bike or running. Like it's definitely a big adjustment from, our little high school.
Do you plan on attending the sports games there?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I've been to 1 Purdue football game and 1 basketball game, and it's definitely cool, especially to be in the cheer block. I'm definitely looking forward to that and tailgating.
Carrie, at Ball State, what do you plan on majoring in?
I'm gonna major in nursing.
What made you, have you always wanted to do that since you were a kid, or was that kind of like up recently type of thing?
Well, my grandma broke her ankle because she fell down the stairs. And so I went to all of her appointments with her, and they let me take her staples out of, like, her ankle because she had to have surgery. So, like, I love that. And then my internship last fall just cemented the fact that, like, I want to help people and I want to be a nurse. Like, I'm so interested in, like, helping people and, like, healing people that nursing is for me.
Is there anything that, like, intimidates you about learning, like, the schooling for nursing?
Nursing school is hard. Every nursing school you go to is hard. But I think if I focus on it and just study and try my best, I'll be fine.
Morgan, what's the education like for livestock? Is it tough or is it somewhat simple since you've been around it all of your life or no?
Definitely if you are going into an ag field and you are a livestock kid or an ag-based kid, I think it definitely has an advantage. For me, I'm not, I used to talk about being a vet. I've wanted to be a vet since I was probably in the 3rd grade. But I recently changed my major to ag communications. And so ag communications is advocating for ag. So like the Farm Bureau agencies, things like that promote agriculture and the livestock industry is kind of what I'm hoping to do. So any ad that you see on a billboard or a commercial about farmers or any type of seed company, things like that is what I'm going to be doing. But I think I definitely am going to, have a tiny bit of advantage because I understand all of these livestock in seed companies, things like that. My own feed that I feed my livestock is Purina. So I could be working with Purina ads, things like that are definitely going to help me out in terms of how I advocate ag.
Have you made any connections with those agencies yet, or are you waiting for college for that?
I've done an internship with Farm Bureau, which I loved. It was more like a job shadow. Yeah. But I was hoping to kind of do more of my internships when I get to college, just because they'll have so many more opportunities for me to do that. But I was hoping to do this summer a job shadow internship kind of thing with some of my like personal connections that I've made through the livestock industry, but there's kind of a wrench in my plan right now. So
you guys both been together schooling for how long have you guys been in each other's class for?
We've been together since the 4th grade, but we've been together before then for church kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when you guys look back at high school, what do you guys think is one of the best memories that you guys shared together?
That's a hard one. I don't know. There's so many, like, we're so involved in each other's lives that, like, just everything, like, we're very good friends. So we just, like, do, like, lots of things together, and we just, like, hang out. I don't know. Like, we don't have, like, I don't think I have, like, a specific memory. Like, they're all good.
If I had, like, one kind of thing that made, like, high school so much better would be when we would all go to Anna's mom's hair salon. Like, I'm gonna miss that. Like, we've had so much happen there. Every single homecoming, we've gotten ready there. All our choir concerts. I mean, anything that we needed, we would go to Casey's shop all together, get some Pizza King, and just talk and get ready. I will definitely miss that.
Me too. Like, we always are there. Like, if there's something to do or get ready for, we're always there, and we're always together.
I mean, like, for our when Carrie and I both had our Lily interview, Casey got us ready. Anna was giving us fake interview questions. Like, I will definitely miss our time in the salon.
Yes.
You guys mentioned the Lily interview. How hard did you guys have to work in? Like, How hard did you guys have to work in school to be able to apply for that?
I think I've worked hard like all of my years, and then they mostly look at like the applications and what kind of essays you write and what kind of community service you do. So I've been trying to do community service for like all of my life just to give back to the community. So then I just did the interview and it was okay. Like I worked hard to get it, but like I don't discourage anyone from like thinking you're not smart enough or like you don't have good enough grades to do it. Like everybody should apply.
Anybody can be a finalist. It's all about like the person that you are. Like, yes, good grades and having a good GPA, that's definitely going to benefit you. But if you show like that you have good character and you're involved in your community, your church and all of that kind of stuff, like the stuff that I've done through FFA and 4-H, I mean, that's me like sharing my passion to the rest of the community while still like benefiting the community, if that makes sense. So if you, I mean, stay true to yourself, like do your grade, like get good grades, do your work, and work to your full potential and try your hardest. I mean, that's the best you can do. I mean, the Lilly scholarship, I feel like has made me like way, more prepared just because I was a finalist. And I
Me
mean,
too.
I was a finalist. I did the interview process. I mean, I didn't get it, but I didn't lose anything. All I gained was, the experience. I got to go into that interview. I got to have that recognition for all of the hard work and time and dedication that I put into my schooling and all of the things that I was involved in.
Was there any times where you guys looked back and you're like, oh, this is getting too much? Like, I need to slow down at some point, or were you guys always wanting to like go at it even harder than before?
Junior year was a little rough for me. Like it was fine, I got through it, but like juggling, like I took 6 dual credit classes in one semester, and then I had swimming on top of that. So like I dedicate a lot of time to swimming. So then like we have 9 practices a week. We had 9 practices a week at that point. So like I was always at the pool, and then like I had to do homework on top of that. So then I lost sleep, but I got through it. It'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely junior year was a killer, especially with sports. So, I mean, if you have in basketball games, they're almost every day between girls and boys. Managing my time definitely was a big factor in, keeping me on track with everything I did junior year. But it was hard, but it definitely, paid off because this year, I'm still taking a couple hard classes, but it's nothing like taking the 6 dual credit classes that I had in one semester. I had choir. That was my only one that wasn't a dual credit class. Plus I had, my extracurriculars. Class council, that takes a lot of your time. And then I'm also in student council. So balancing both those and FFA and 4-H, everything on top of it, it helped me definitely manage my time.
What teachers do you guys think you guys are gonna miss most from high school?
I'm gonna give Miss Medina because right now, like this semester, like I sit at her desk because I don't have a chair. Like there are so many kids in there that I sit at her desk 90% of the time. And like we just have like a nice relationship now. Like freshman year, she was like scary, I guess. But like I know she's not scary now. Like through the years she's like grown to love our class, and like we just like love her too.
Yeah, definitely Miss Medina. She's been there since we were little baby freshmen. And then, now here we are. She's been with us for 4 years, and our relationships have definitely grown. We're definitely on like a very personal level. She's like one of our little friends. But I'm going to miss Mr. Tyler. He's retiring, but I definitely would not have had like the high school experience I had if it wasn't for, the choir program that I was able to participate in.
So you guys mentioned, I remember Carrie before in the past, she said that her dad, and he'd watch the TV and she'd be on the announcements. He would say, "Everybody be quiet, that's my baby," or something like that. Correct, Carrie? So
Yes.
who do you think is going to miss more your last broadcast, you or your dad?
Probably my dad, because like I'm gonna miss it too, but probably my dad, because like for when my sister was in it too, when Katie was in it, he used to say that too. So like he got to watch her final broadcast. So like if we don't get one, like we'll get one somehow, but like it'll be sad for him because he can't like watch me like grow up and grow on to a new chapter, I guess.
So what friends do you guys think you guys are gonna miss, like being with every day? I know you mentioned Morgan earlier, but other than each other and Anna, who else what relationships have you guys grown that you guys think you're gonna miss?
Okay, I'll go. Definitely my other the other senior cheerleaders, we're definitely a pretty close, group of like each of the graduating years for like the seniors for cheerleading. I'm definitely going to miss that. Part of it, like, we ended cheer, but like we're pretty close. So definitely, the funny conversations and just the kind of stupid, goofy stuff that we would do, I'll definitely miss that. And then, just a couple of my other friends that, I mean, they're not going to be right there. So it's definitely going to be weird to not have them every day.
I think my biggest thing is not like having our French class every day. Like last semester, like our French 4 class, like we like just were like one big family in there. Like we just sat wherever. And like
Yeah,
also
we definitely were not sorry. We
It's
were
okay.
like one big group of friends. It wasn't like, oh, these people are going to go over here today and they're going to sit here the rest of the year. Like,
Yeah.
we'd sit, whoever, like we were all friends. It was definitely nice. I think as we've like gotten older, as we've like gone every year, our friendships have definitely gotten stronger with everybody.
I definitely will miss like my swim friends too, like my underclassmen that are swimming friends. I mean, I'll miss like just like people I see in the hallway and like don't think like I'm not thinking about right now that I'm gonna be like, oh, I used to say hi to them every day in the hallway, and now I don't see them.
So that's about all we have for this time on senior night. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on. You guys are both going to do great with nursing and livestock. I hope you get to live out your last fair. I hope you're able to lifeguard this summer, because I mean that's probably going to be sad for you getting to miss out on that. I don't know, maybe not. It kind of sucks out there sometimes, but
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for doing this. I wish you guys were able to live out all this. It sucks that it has gone away this fast. But if you're a senior and you want to do senior night, you can message CHS today or message me on Instagram, and I'll try to hook up an interview. Again, thank you guys for coming on, and that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.